If you're ready for a fresh new twist on salad, you'll need to join me next on Cooking Made Easy with June because we're making my delicious tropical Asian chicken salad. It is to die for, really. That's coming right up next on Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store in Spanish Fork. Hi, welcome to Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store. And I love going to Macy's because it's so clean and they have that new eating area. I just love going in there and everyone is so nice. And now they know by now that, oh, I'm here for the cooking show and everyone just talks to me. I just love it there. So, so I went shopping this last time and it's refreshing because I want to tell you a little bit about this salad that I came up with. And it's one of my very few where it's completely original. It's not like my mom's recipe, it's not anyone's recipe. I was inspired by, I went to an Italian restaurant, it's a pizzeria in Park City, and they had this Italian salad. And they drizzled this black balsamic vinegar, and I was like, oh my gosh, that vinegar is so delicious. And the chef brought it out, I said, what is this stuff? And he says like $50 a bottle. Well, anyway, so I was inspired by that drizzle. So I decided to make a salad that's very similar. I've got my grill heating up here. So this salad is really easy. But the chicken part is really up to you. You could use rotisserie chicken, chicken that's already cooked, or any other leftover chicken that you already have. But for the sake of giving you a little bit more time, because the salad is so easy, the dressing, I'm going to go ahead and make some chicken. So I'm going to start out, I mean, you could do it anyway. You could marinate it, you could have a little teriyaki taste, but I'm just going to rub mine with a little bit of olive oil. And just a little bit right there, and just gonna rub a little bit of olive oil. I mean, this chicken has no fat at all. It's boneless, skinless, and I actually sliced it to where it's more of a thin side, like lengthwise like that. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on each side. And since my griddle, I think it's ready. I can feel the heat standing right here. It might sizzle on time, so I'm putting a little salt. And let's see if this sizzles. Oh, yeah, there. Oh, wait, I'm gonna spray a little bit more oil on this because this is olive oil spray. And going to go ahead and put that on there and turn on my fan. Oh my goodness, smoking up the house. I'm going to actually put salt pepper on one side and salt on the other. Okay, so I love these little containers that I got. The little pepper right there, I don't want to put too much. I love pepper, honestly. It's such a great way to cut your salt so you don't have to add as much salt if you have that pepper there. So a little bit more about so we're gonna sear that, okay. So I'm gonna move that a little bit to get it seared. So again, another way to marinate chicken I've done before is I would add some low sodium soy, but we're all trying to cut our salt a little bit because there's salt in everything. So when you make it yourself, it's nice to another option, you use low sodium soy. I got pepper in my nose. Excuse me. And then put a little bit of monk sugar or another sugar substitute and marinate that a little bit. So you have this little bit of a light soy flavor, and that's awesome with this salad. But also, not to take away from the flavor of meat, if you lightly season it, add a little bit of olive oil, it's so great. So I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Goodness, I still don't know which eye is which. So here we go. I'm gonna sear that. So again, about this Asian salad, Asian food, so much people think lots of sugar, and it does, because you have that sweet taste. so we're gonna do our dressing next, but again, I'm trying to control my sugar, so I utilize the monk sugar. So that is not quite brown right, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over and let it cook a little bit on that side. Again, there's no fat on this. The little olive oil, I don't know if that'll brown it, but this is gonna be so good. So, I mean, how many times have you guys have gone to salad when you're trying to eat healthy? And there's so many different versions of salad, right? And you're gonna find that this salad is like, nowadays salads are like 15 bucks and you just get a little bit of protein and you just, and then you get tired of the same places. So you're going to love this as I do this. So hopefully that'll cook a little bit longer. Now, I know I've been doing this show for a while, and hopefully we have some regulars. And I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, gosh, I know I still do. I get nervous right before the show, and I'm thinking, gosh, why am I so nervous? I mean, because I'm so critical about myself. Oh, my hair is not that way. Oh, I'm sweating, or I'm like, oh my gosh, my shirt's coming up. But honestly, who cares, right? So when we start next season, I would love for you guys to contact me, and I would love to have you on my show. I have several people lined up. I'm so excited to get into the new season where we can have more guests on the show. So that chicken is going to cook a little bit longer. So I think we're going to let that cook a little bit longer, and we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, this will be done, and I'll show you how to continue with the dressing. We're going to make the dressing, the light vinegar dressing, when we come back. So let's take a quick little break. Okay, so welcome back. And when you're cooking it like this, I have the thicker pieces, and you notice that I cut it and it's still like raw in there. So I'm going to score it and turn it over and let the middle cook a little bit. I do have a tendency, or you could cut the chicken thinner. I do have a tendency to overcook my chicken, so I have to be careful. Like this piece is probably done because it's so thin. So, and this one is probably done because it's thin, because as I set it on the plate, so I'm going to go ahead and set the pieces on here. So, and then as it rests, it'll continue to cook longer. So these thinner pieces and these thicker pieces, which next time you could probably cut it thinner to start out with. I'm going to move that on here. And this one, let's check this piece. Okay, so see that piece is still pink, and it's probably because when you have a griddle with just two eyes like this, it's not even. So I'm gonna score that and turn it over here. And this one looks delicious, and it's probably done. So I'm gonna let that sit out here. So I also, I'm going to put a little lid on here and turn the stove down a little bit. And then as I start the dressing, and I'll come back and check on the chicken. So I'm gonna turn it down because I'll forget and I'll overcook it. So I'm gonna turn it down to about medium low, almost like an oven. Sometimes, I love doing it like this because when you have an oven, you have to turn the whole oven on, you heat the whole thing up, and it uses more energy. So, okay, so we're gonna leave that right there and let it cook a little bit longer on its own. And we'll go ahead and start the salad dressing. This is a basic, the Asian salad dressing, usually there's a little vinegar component, kind of like any salad dressing. You have the little oil and the vinegar. So I love the rice vinegar. Oh, I don't know, it just tastes, something about the rice vinegar, it's a little bit less strong, but yet it's strong enough for instead of like the regular white vinegar or the apple cider vinegar. Now I have used apple cider vinegar before, and it's great also. So if you don't have rice vinegar, you could try the apple cider vinegar, but I would start out with less so you can taste it, because I'm not a big tangy fan, so I like to have that perfect combination. So I'm going to start with 4 tablespoons, and that's 3. And that's 4. Oh, did I do that right? Oh well. Okay, 4 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And then I have a tablespoon of canola oil right here. And then a half teaspoon of sesame oil, which is over here. I knew I'd forget something. That's all All right, oh, come now, I'm beginning to smell the chicken. Okay, so when you start smelling something cooking, then it's near completion. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and let that sit, and then that way, and turn off the thing there. Okay, see, so that's gonna be awesome. I'm going to pull it off and let it sit here and turn off the stove. Maybe I'll just put this here for a little bit too. Okay, so that's the chicken. All right, so now we're going to go to the sesame oil. I love sesame oil. There's that flavor and you don't need a lot. And in this recipe, I'm going to just do a half teaspoon. And that's it. That little bit's gonna add so much flavor, and you don't want it too strong either. And so like I said, I like to cut my sugar. So I actually have this, oh, this is salt. I love these little containers, and it has labels on it. In the past, I've done where it looks like salt and sugar. It looks so much alike, and I put little containers, and I get it all wrong. Okay, so here, so I'm trying to cut sugar, like I said. So I put in my sugar bowl, I put my monk sugar, which is a delicious substitute, but you can also use other types of substitutes that you may have. So I'm going to substitute the white sugar with this monk sugar, which looks exactly and tastes so much like, but it's like no calories, and it's 3 and it's 4. Okay, I love this, but I'm not going to cut on the brown sugar because it's a little different flavor, and it just has 1 tablespoon, so it's just a regular brown tablespoon of sugar, and you don't have to pack it, so I'm just going to add like that. Okay, and 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. I'm just going to guess 1, 2, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So this will make quite a bit of dressing because we're going to toss only a little bit. That's my whisk. So you just want to whisk with your, to get this sugar incorporated with the vinegar and the oil. Now, I noticed that when I use the monk sugar or the sugar substitute, it takes a little bit longer than the regular sugar to dissolve. So when you're storing it, it seems to settle it, when you're making this ahead. I've never tried heating it, so that might be an option where you can put it in the microwave for a little bit, so that way the sugar will dissolve into your vinegar a little bit better, and let it cool down before you store it and before you toss it on your salad. So I'm just going to whisk it like that. I love whisking things. Lovely. Okay. So we'll put that over here. Okay. Now, that's it really, but I'm going to start prepping some of the ingredients. So let's go ahead and cut the chicken. Okay, so now with this salad, you know how when it's a vinegar-based salad, you don't want to make it too far ahead because you don't want to toss the vinegar with the salad right now because it'll be too soggy. So if you're making ahead or you're making for a large group, you can go ahead and do this part. You can even have the chicken done the day before and have it cut up, or you utilize a rotisserie chicken. And so then chicken, boneless, skinless chicken is not necessarily tender. So a lot of times I notice in the restaurants they pound it and to tenderize it, and then it has a different texture. So a way to tenderize this is to cut it thinly, because that's what it is. Like same with meat, like ground beef, like any kind of cut of beef. To tenderize your beef or chicken, that's why when we have the Thai steak salad or the chicken salad, I like to do a thin slice, and that cuts down, makes it more tender because it's less chewing. So I'm going to just cut it like that. And this salad, you don't necessarily have to be that thin, but or you can make it keep it together. So I'm not cutting it all the way through, and then I'm just going to lay it like that together. I'm just going to do a few more like that, and I'm going to keep the charred side up so it'll look pretty on our salad. See that piece is a little tougher than the other pieces. And I'm going to put this right there. A couple more pieces. gingerly. And this one is one more. Okay. Put that there. Going to set this aside. Oh, I just noticed on my recipe that I think I forgot to, I was going to put lime juice instead of some lime juice with a little bit of, instead of the rice vinegar, but you know what? I'm gonna add, because I love fresh lime juice. So I'm going to just, I think I used that to cut the chicken. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit lime juice, even though it may be a little bit tangy, but I just love fresh lime juice. It's gonna add a lot, so I'm just gonna add, even though now what I would do is add 1 tablespoon less of white vinegar, rice vinegar, and then add a squeeze of lime, like about a tablespoon. This is gonna be so good. Okay, and that's good. Like that. Okay, we have, let's see, we have the toppings. So let me go ahead and cut up some strawberries because we're going to have all these toppings that's already cut up. So you don't have to have strawberries, but I've also used mandarin oranges. So I'm just going to have some strawberries prepped like that, ready to go. So when we come back, I guess we don't want, there's enough green, so I'm just going to do it like that. Another one. Well, I guess you could go like that. I'm gonna go like that. You could go like that, or you can go like this. Okay, that one doesn't have to be perfect. And one more strawberry, and these strawberries are so yummy. Okay, and that's it. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna take another little break. When we come back, we're going to put it all together. Oh, it's so delicious and so beautiful. I can't wait. So don't go away, come back. All right, so I need to really taste this dressing first because I added some lime. Okay, it's a little bit tangy for me. I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar. So, but of course, if you decrease your vinegar, but it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna add maybe a teaspoon more of this monk sugar. This can be a light, delicious salad. I got to the point to when I've been trying to really eat more healthy, mostly. I mean, I still eat everything, you know, I still eat sugar. I'm not like extreme anything right now. I'm going to just cut the sugar. You know, cut the sugar alone. I just feel so much better eating more veggies. So, okay, so we have that. So all we do is, this is about 4 cups of salad green, spring mix. You could use anything really that you have and it will still be awesome. Now, like I said, if you wanted to just have this already like in containers, like the dressing stored in an airtight container, the chicken in another container, and then you have your spring mix, and then you have your strawberries and blueberries in a different container. You can I would just take a cup to maybe a couple tablespoons for 1 serving. However, I'm going to make this 4 cup with a 1/4 cup of this. So that's about 4 tablespoons. So I'm gonna stir that. Again, see how it's not, which you could probably mix it. Make sure you, right before you do it, just toss in, make sure you get all the stuff in together right before. See, like I'm mixing it because it settles. So that's about 4 tablespoons, which is about a 1/4 cup. And then let me grab my wooden spoons because it's so much prettier and it's easier. And I'm just going to toss this. So this is like similar to that Italian dressing, the Italian place where they use like a vinegar and oil type of thing. So it's kind of like that. So I'm just going to toss and make sure that all the leaves are pretty much coated. So it's just a light toss. Okay, so then I'm going to just add, put this aside. Then we just top it with some chicken. I'm going to look for some pretty pieces here. Let's put this right here on the top let's say you wanted to present this to a family of 4, or you could make it bigger if you would like. And of course, you could add more chicken or less chicken or whatever you want to. And I've even just piled it on there. It still looks really nice. So we'll put that there. And then we garnish it with strawberries. I always want to call this my red, white, and blue salad. You could do this the 4th of July salad because we have strawberries. And of course, the strawberries are yummy. It's gonna be yummy. And then I taste the blueberries earlier. Oh my gosh, this is the sweetest blueberries I got. Macy's, so yummy and sweet. Because you just eat the blueberries all day long. So I'm gonna put a few blueberries there. And then let's put some cashews. So just do it like however you want, but I like to, show off and have a little bit so that you can see everything. And then some coconut. This is unsweetened coconut. Look at that beautiful salad. And then the last thing, which you can do individually, is you can just drizzle individually, like I said so. So this is black soy. It looks like molasses. And when you taste it, it's called sweet soy. So just make sure it says sweet soy and it looks black, so they call it, some brands call it black soy, some brand calls it sweet soy, but it looks like this, almost like molasses. I've never tried, I guess you could try substitute molasses, but so look at this. This is a huge deal to just drizzle this little bit of sweet black soy onto your salad, and that's it really. Just do a fun drizzle however you want. And that's it. Oh my goodness, this is so yummy. I hate to ruin this little piece and plate it, right? But maybe what I'll do, because I don't want to ruin it, but when you do take it out, you could do a little, I'm just gonna do this for a little taste and pull a bit of green aside. And I'll put my own strawberry in here and my own little piece of chicken so I can put my own cashew, coconut, and but I love the berries are yummy. So I'm just gonna drizzle, look at that, even that. It's almost like a little 7-course French meal when you have a little taste like that. Right, so let's taste the chicken. Well, I wanted to taste the chicken with the black soy and the blueberries. You guys are going to make this. You have to trust me. Look at all the ingredients. It is delicious. This is one of my kids who do not like salad, they love this. This is like a $15 salad. So make it and enjoy. Till next time on Cooking Made Easy with June, go make this delicious fresh salad. Go to Macy's and get all the ingredients. They have everything. Except the black soy. You might have to go to the Asian store. So, or try molasses. So till next time, thank you for coming.